Stop right now. Why did you click this video? Be honest, you thought it was just another motivational thing, right? Something to watch while you're lying in bed, scrolling through your phone, killing time before you sleep. But here's the truth. Your subconscious brought you here because deep down, you know something's wrong. You know your time is being stolen. You know you're losing. You know that handshake between your hours and your dollars? Yeah, that handshake. It's weak, it's broken, and today, we're gonna fix it. Look, I'm not here to lecture you. I'm not your teacher, I'm not your parent. I'm just someone who's been exactly where you are right now. I've sat on my bed at 2 a.m., scrolling through Instagram, watching other people live their lives while I wasted mine. I've told myself I'll start tomorrow 1,000 times. I've felt that heavy feeling in my chest when I realized another day just passed and I did nothing. Absolutely nothing that moved me forward. So if you're feeling that right now, I get it. I really do. But here's what I learned the hard way, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Every single hour of your life is making a deal. Every hour is shaking hands with something. The question is, what is it shaking hands with? Is it shaking hands with dollars, with skills, with growth, with your future? Or is it shaking hands with nothing? Is it just disappearing into the void of entertainment, distraction, and regret? Think about yesterday. Seriously, pause for a second and think, what did you do yesterday? I'm not asking what you planned to do or what you wish you did. What did you actually do? How many hours did you spend on your phone? How many reels did you watch? How many times did you say just 5 more minutes and it turned into 2 hours? Now ask yourself this. What did those hours give you in return? Did they shake hands with anything valuable? Or did they just walk away empty? Let me paint you a picture. Imagine your time as a person. Yeah, literally a person. Let's call him your hours. Now imagine money, success, skills, respect, all of that as another person. Let's call him your dollars. Every single day, your hours and your dollars meet. They look at each other, and they either shake hands or they don't. If your hours is showing up with value, with effort, with learning, with work, your dollars shakes his hand firmly and says, "All right, I respect you. Here's what you earned." But if your hours shows up with Netflix, Instagram, video games, gossip, procrastination, your dollars just walks away. No handshake, no deal. Nothing. And here's the painful part. Your hours doesn't stop. Time doesn't wait for you to get your life together. Your hours keeps showing up every single minute. The question is, are you sending him to the meeting prepared, or are you sending him empty-handed? You're 20, maybe 21, 22, 25 years old. You think you have time. You think, I'm still young, I'll figure it out later. But let me tell you something that nobody wants to say out loud. Later is a lie. Later is the place where dreams go to die. Later is what people say when they're too scared to start now. And the saddest part? Those same people wake up at 30, 35, 40 and realize later never came. They're still waiting, still scrolling, still wasting. I know this sounds harsh. I know it feels uncomfortable, but discomfort is good. Discomfort means you're waking up. Comfort is what's been lying to you this whole time. Comfort is what's been telling you it's okay to relax. You deserve a break. Just one more episode. Just one more scroll. And yeah, you do deserve rest. You do deserve fun. But there's a difference between resting and rotting. There's a difference between taking a break and breaking your future. So let's get real. Let's talk about what's actually happening in your life right now. You wake up. Maybe you check your phone immediately. Notifications, messages, reels. You tell yourself you'll study later, you'll work on that skill later, you'll start that project later. You go to college or work, you do the bare minimum, you come home, more scrolling, more distractions. Maybe you open that book for 5 minutes. Maybe you watch one motivational video and feel pumped for 10 minutes, and then it fades. You go to bed feeling like you wasted another day. And the cycle repeats. Am I wrong? I don't think I am. Because I lived this. I lived this exact loop for years. And you know what the worst part was? I knew I was wasting time. I wasn't dumb. I wasn't lazy in the traditional sense. I just didn't understand the value of the handshake. I didn't understand that every hour I gave to distraction was an hour that could never shake hands with my future. Here's the core truth, the thing that changed everything for me. Your time and your money are in a relationship. They're connected, but the connection isn't automatic. You have to build it. You have to create value in your hours so that your dollars will show up. And the only way to create value is through skills. Skills, not luck, not connections, not waiting for the perfect opportunity. Skills. I know what you're thinking. Skills are boring. Learning is hard. I don't even know what skill to learn. I get it. When I first heard this advice, I rolled my eyes too. I thought, great, another person telling me to work hard. But here's what nobody tells you. Skills aren't just about money. Skills are about respect. Skills are about freedom. Skills are about looking at yourself in the mirror and feeling proud instead of ashamed. When you have a skill, you have power. You're not begging for opportunities, you're creating them. You're not waiting for someone to give you a chance, you're building your own chances. You're not dependent on luck, you're dependent on yourself. And that feeling of, I can handle this, I know how to do this, I'm valuable, that's worth more than any amount of temporary entertainment. But let's be practical. Let's break this down into something you can actually do. Because motivation without action is just daydreaming. So here's what I want you to do, starting today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Step 1. Track your time. I want you to actually write down or use your phone to track where your hours are going. Every hour for 1 full day. Don't lie to yourself. Don't skip the embarrassing parts. If you spent 3 hours on Instagram, write it down. If you watched random YouTube videos for 2 hours, write it down. At the end of the day, look at that list. Look at where your hours went. Ask yourself, did they shake hands with anything valuable? Step 2. Pick one skill. Just one. I don't care if it's coding, writing, video editing, graphic design, learning English, public speaking, photography, marketing. Just pick one thing that interests you even a little bit. And I want you to give it 30 minutes. Not 5 hours, not all day. Just 30 minutes. Every single day. No excuses. No, I'm too tired. No, I'll do it tomorrow. 30 minutes. That's it. You know what 30 minutes a day turns into? In 1 month, that's 15 hours of learning. In 1 year, that's 182 hours. That's almost 8 full days of focused skill building. Do you know how much you can learn in 8 days of focused work? More than most people learn in years of distraction. Step 3. Delete one distraction. I'm not asking you to throw your phone away. I'm not asking you to quit social media completely. I'm asking you to delete one app, unfollow one toxic account, remove one thing that's stealing your attention. Just one. Make it easier for your hours to show up prepared. Make it harder for distraction to win. Step 4. Find proof. Look for people online who have the skill you're learning. Follow them. Watch their content. See how they use their skills to create value, to earn respect, to build freedom. Let their success be your evidence that this works. Let their journey remind you that you're not special in a bad way. You're not uniquely cursed. You're just at the beginning, and the beginning always feels hard. Now, let's go back to that handshake. Let's visualize it clearly. Imagine a clock on one side. That's your hours. Imagine a dollar sign on the other side. That's your dollars. Right now, for most of you, they're standing far apart. The clock is spinning, time is passing, but the dollar isn't moving. There's no handshake, there's no connection. But when you start learning a skill, when you start investing your hours into something valuable, they start moving closer. The clock takes a step, the dollar takes a step, and eventually they meet, they shake hands. And that handshake, that's called earning. That's called growth. That's winning. But here's the thing nobody talks about. That handshake doesn't happen immediately. It takes time. It takes consistency. It takes days where you don't feel like showing up, but you show up anyway. It takes moments where you feel stupid because you don't understand something, but you keep trying. It takes nights where you want to quit, but you don't. And all of that is building the strength of that handshake. Let me ask you some questions. Answer them honestly. Don't lie to yourself. What did you learn yesterday that actually improved your life? Not something you watched for entertainment, not something you scrolled past. Something you learned, something you practiced, something you applied. Can you name it? If you can't, that's okay. That's not judgment. That's awareness. And awareness is the first step to change. How many hours did you invest in yourself last week? Not hours you spent consuming content, hours you spent creating value, hours you spent building a skill, hours you spent doing something hard. Add them up. Is it more than the hours you wasted? If not, don't feel bad. Feel motivated. Because now you know. Now you see the gap. And gaps can be closed. If your future self could talk to you right now, what would they say? Would they thank you for the choices you're making today? Or would they beg you to wake up, to stop wasting time, to take this seriously? You already know the answer. You feel it in your chest right now. Here's the truth that's going to sting a little bit. Boring skills pay exciting bills. Read that again. Boring skills pay exciting bills. You know what's boring? Learning code syntax, practicing graphic design tools, writing every single day even when nobody reads it, studying marketing principles, improving your communication skills. Yeah, it's boring. It's repetitive. It's not as fun as scrolling. But you know what's exciting? Financial freedom, respect from people who matter, the ability to say no to things you don't want to do, the confidence that comes from being good at something, the future where you're not broke, not stuck, not dependent. Nobody wakes up at 30 and says, "I'm so glad I spent my 20s scrolling through social media." Nobody. But plenty of people wake up at 30 and say, "I'm so glad I learned that skill when I was young. I'm so glad I put in the work. I'm so glad I didn't waste my time." Which version do you want to be? I want you to understand something. This isn't about being perfect. This isn't about working 18 hours a day. This isn't about never having fun or never relaxing. This is about balance. This is about making sure that your hours and your dollars are at least meeting, at least shaking hands a few times a week. This is about respecting your time enough to use some of it wisely. You can still watch movies. You can still hang out with friends. You can still scroll sometimes. But if that's all you do, you're losing. If your entire day is consumed by consumption, you're breaking that handshake before it even happens. And the scary part? You won't notice it immediately. Time is slow. The consequences of wasting it don't show up today or tomorrow. They show up in 5 years, when you're still in the same place, still waiting, still wishing. Let's talk about respect. Real respect. Not likes on Instagram, not comments from strangers. Real respect from people who matter, including yourself. You know how you earn that? By becoming someone who keeps promises to themselves. By becoming someone who says, "I'm going to learn this skill," and actually does it. By becoming someone who shows up even when it's hard. That's respect. That's the handshake that lasts. Right now, your hours are cheap. I'm sorry, but it's true. If you're not building skills, if you're not creating value, your time is worth almost nothing to the world. That's harsh, but it's reality. The good news? You can change that. You can make your hours expensive. You can make them valuable. You can make them worth something. But it starts with the decision to stop trading your time for nothing. Think about the next 5 years. Imagine 2 versions of you. Version 1, you keep doing what you're doing now. Scrolling, procrastinating, consuming, waiting. Where are you in 5 years? Probably the same place. Maybe worse. Maybe more regret. Maybe more frustration. Version 2, you start today. You pick a skill, you give it 30 minutes a day, you stay consistent. Where are you in 5 years? You're skilled, you're confident, you're earning, you're respected, you're free. Which version do you want to be? Don't just think about it. Feel it. Close your eyes if you need to. Feel the weight of version 1, the heaviness of wasted potential, the sadness of regret. Now feel the lightness of version 2, the pride, the freedom, the strength. That feeling, that's what you're fighting for. That's what the handshake creates. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. Hard things become easy, and easy things become hard. Right now, learning a skill feels hard. It feels uncomfortable. It feels boring. But if you do it consistently, it becomes easy. It becomes normal. It becomes part of who you are. On the other hand, wasting time feels easy right now. It feels comfortable. But over time, it becomes hard. It becomes painful. It becomes regret. So you're going to experience difficulty either way. The question is, do you want the difficulty of growth or the difficulty of regret? I know you're scared. I know you're thinking, what if I fail? What if I'm not good at this? What if I waste my time on the wrong skill? Those fears are normal. But let me tell you, the biggest waste of time is not trying at all. Trying and failing teaches you something. Not trying teaches you nothing. Even if you pick a skill and it doesn't work out, you've learned how to learn. You've built discipline. You've proven to yourself that you can commit. That's never a waste. Your hours and your dollars are waiting. They're standing there right now, looking at each other. The clock is ticking. Time is passing. Every second you wait is a second they stand apart. But the moment you start, the moment you take action, they start moving closer. The handshake is coming. You just have to be patient and consistent enough to let it happen. Here's what I want you to do right now. Seriously, right now. Pause this video if you need to. Open your Notes app. Write down one skill you're going to learn. Write down when you're going to practice it every day. Write down what you're going to delete or reduce to make space for it. Write it down. Make it real. Turn this from a video you watched into a decision you made. Because here's the final truth. Watching this video changes nothing. Acting on this video changes everything. You can feel motivated for the next 10 minutes and then go back to scrolling. Or you can feel motivated for the next 10 minutes and then actually start. The choice is yours. Your hours are waiting. Your dollars are waiting. The handshake is waiting. You are not too late. You are not too far behind. You are not too old or too young. You are exactly where you need to be to start. This moment, right now, is your chance. Don't waste it. Don't scroll past this feeling. Don't let this be another motivational video you forget in an hour. Let this be the moment you decided to win. Let this be the moment the handshake finally happened. Imagine walking into a room 5 years from now. People ask you what you do, and instead of feeling embarrassed, instead of making excuses, you tell them your skill. You show them your work. You explain the value you create, and they respect you. They look at you differently. They see someone who invested in themselves. That version of you exists, but only if you start today. The boring parts are where the magic happens, the repetitive practice, the days where you don't see progress, the moments where you want to quit. That's where your hours and your dollars are building trust. That's where the handshake gets stronger. That's where you become someone different, someone better, someone free. So let me ask you one last time. Are you winning? Is the handshake happening? Or are you losing hours every single day to nothing? You know the answer. You've always known the answer. The difference is, now you're going to do something about it. If this video gave you value, if you felt something while watching this, if you're ready to change, subscribe right now. Not later, now. And more importantly, comment below. Tell me one action you're going to take today, one skill you're going to start, one distraction you're going to remove. I want to see your growth. I want to see you win. I want to see that handshake happen for you. Your hours are precious. Your dollars are waiting. The handshake is possible, but only you can make it happen. Start today. Start now. Let's win.